So, but we create this tool basically to enhance ourselves. I mean, we want to advance technology, and so we created these machines that can go way past us. The way to do that is to actually bring that intelligence into ourselves. And during the 2030s, we're going to be able to enhance our own intelligence by bringing AI into ourselves. So it's not just going to be humans versus machines. They're going to be together, and we're going to be more advanced because we'll have AI inside us.
I can hold a smartphone in my hand, which gives me access to everything.
Yes, it does. It does that somewhat.
Isn't that the same thing? Except it doesn't require neurosurgery for me to gain access to the.
Well, you don't have to use neurosurgery. I mean, there's ways to do this.
You have ways. you have to do it with your fingers. We have ways. I've done some reading about nanobots. Is that ready for prime time or not?
No, but I believe it will be ready in the 2030s.
And these are small. They're basically small machines that live in your brain and communicate with the internet.
Exactly. And so that's going to make us smarter.
On this, in your judgment, the greatest fears that AI experts bring to the table are unfounded, because that's simply not the direction it's going to go.
I mean, there are dangers. I mean, you can imagine weapons amplified by AI, which could be quite dangerous. So I'm not saying there's no dangers, but I am optimistic that we can make positive use of this.
Provided it's part of who we are rather than something external to us.
Yeah, exactly.
It's at the end, what the fourth industrial revolution will lead to is a fusion of our physical, our digital, and our biological identities.
Welcome to the Cryptoteacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we have Ray Kurzweil talking about man versus machine. And eventually AI will be embedded inside humanity. And guys, that's what the C word is all about. It's all about getting those nanobots injected into you, so therefore you become the machine. And the powers that be will be controlling you. And in 2023 and 24, we're going to see the takeover of the robots, algorithms, and drones. And you guys know in my Patreon, I keep you up to date because we have several states that are moving towards military-like robots that can use deadly force. And then, guys, we have Binance's CZ. He's still hot. He's still in the limelight from this FTX situation. And we have BlockFi, another one down, filing bankruptcy, but it does not hurt the market. And yes, FTX was big, but it was not $180 billion big. And we know a lot of these projects had nothing to do with FTX, but they went down. So we know it was all the Fed shrinking liquidity. And when it comes to the emerging markets, Binance has total control. And guys, over the next 4 months, we're going to have an energy crisis. And then going into 2023, it's going to get worse. Because we can clearly see the hidden hand that caused all of the crisis. Remember, guys, they caused the problem. Wait for the reaction and run in with the solution. And moving over to clean energy, carbon credits, is all about more control. Has nothing to do with saving the environment because we know it takes even more energy. And then also we have kids that are digging for these minerals over in the emerging markets. Clean energy is just trying to control your movement. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
FTX fallout, how much more contagion are we likely to see in the coming days, in the coming weeks? Which other dominoes are likely to fall?
I think we'll see a little bit of contagion. Whenever one big player goes down, especially a trading platform, there are many other people or institutions with money on the platform. I think we've seen Genesis halting withdrawals. I think there probably may be one or two more, a couple others. I don't know how many. But each time there's cascading effects, the effects become smaller. So I think overall, the industry is fine. But there will be some probably.
You tweeted, then deleted a tweet suggesting perhaps liquidity issues at the likes of Coinbase as well as Grayscale. Is there a reason to worry about that?
I don't think I tweeted about Grayscale, and also I didn't say there's liquidity issues at Coinbase. I was just referring to two articles. One article says Coinbase says Grayscale has 635K Bitcoins with them. The other article 4 months ago says Bitcoin only has 600K Bitcoins on the exchange. I understand the exchange is separate from the custody. So I just posted as a question, are those two numbers correct? But of course, that caused a lot of misunderstandings among communities, so I deleted the tweet.
Are there solvency issues to do with those companies? Some say that perhaps you tweeted because you wanted to build your own empire to spread the fear, the rumors.
Not so. Okay, so I don't know if there are issues with those other businesses. The thing with other businesses is unless we get very accurate financial statements, wallet addresses, we don't know for sure. But I'm not tweeting that because we want to build our empire. I think I actually reflect on the FTX situation, and I kind of blame myself for tweeting that too late. I think as an industry, we let FTX got too big before we started questioning some of those things. So I'm taking the approach where we ask questions much earlier. It does not mean any attacks on any of our industry peers. We just want to build more transparency and more scrutiny into the industry. Having said that, Coinbase has been operating for 10, 12 years. I think, they're listed company in the US. I'm sure they already have a lot of audited financials. Just we don't see that on the blockchain. For people in the industry, we like to see data on the blockchain, which is actually the most transparent way to display information.
According to numerous reports, people I've talked to, the White House is in favor of a price cap, but it wants the price cap high enough that Russia will keep pumping oil. It sounds a little weird, but the White House wants oil on the market. They don't want Putin to make any money on it, but they want it out there. Otherwise, what if Russia pulls 1.5 million barrels off the market, Joe? Prices go like this. The White House does not want that. And some European Union officials, according to Politico, are now saying that they're accusing us, the White House, of war profiteering off of us selling so much energy to Europe.
Where have we heard that before?
So our president is saying that U.S. oil and gas companies are war profiteering, and now the EU, some ministers, unnamed, of course, go on. By the way, if you're going to say that, put your name on it.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.